Sources tell me that Matty Nix is hosting a Barbie at his place this week to introduce the Adelaide midfield to the Adelaide forwards. His game plan of hitting opposition defenders on the chest every week is apparently falling out of favor at the Crows. Along with snags and beers, player name tags and headshots will be exchanged. Welcome back to AFL from LA. I'm your host, Cindye, and I'm standing here outside the Henson Recording Studios, which was the original Charlie Chaplin Studios and then A&M. Everybody, and I mean everybody, from Guns N' Roses to Robbie Williams and Crowded House have recorded there. A few things I've learned this round. South Australia is easy on the eyes. Ross Lyon sure knows how to give a halftime spray. And we don't need goal umpires. Let's get to it. Sources tell me that Matty Nix is hosting a Barbie at his place this week to introduce the Adelaide midfield to the Adelaide forwards. His game plan of hitting opposition defenders on the chest every week is apparently falling out of favor at the Crows. Along with snags and beers, player name tags and headshots will be exchanged. Yep, Matty Nix's boys called it early showers for season 2024. Going down to Goodies D's in front of a packed house at the Adelaide Oval. That makes it Crow and 4. Of the 159 teams ever to start a season at 0-4, only 6 have clawed their way back to make finals. So you're saying there is a chance. It was a pretty sweet business trip for the D's, beating Port and the Crows back-to-back off a 5-day break. But don't worry, D's, your next 4 games are all at the G. That'll make it 6 out of 9 to start your season. Oh, stop with the Victoria bias claims. I thought Melbourne defender Josh Rochelle was instrumental in the win, denying the Crows at least 3 late scoring opportunities. I mean, did you see that spoil on Tex Walker in the last? Amazing. Seriously, Rochelle, enough with trying to make the highlight reel every week. You're part of a team, playing group. If you want the spotlight, why don't you at least learn how to sing like Isaac Rankin? Did you see him on Instagram? Amazing. And didn't the boundary get a workout? And is Jordan Dawson still stuck on the bench? And how did Stephen May play with broken ribs? So many questions. Look, I don't know what's wrong at the Crows. Tex is off, the midfield's meh. Maybe 2023 was just a classic vintage? They got the Blues at Marvel next week, which, let's face it, we'll probably see him going Crow and 5, and bring even more heat to Matty Nix and the boys. And in a 2-team town like Adelaide, ooh. Bombers fans are anxiously awaiting the results of Zach Merritt's shoulder scans after he pulled up sore, forced to carry Essendon on his shoulders yet again in their clash against Port Adelaide. At least they'll have fresh legs next week. Who are they playing? Western Bulldogs? At Marvel? Shit. The Essendon edge. Yeah, the edge of a cliff called quarter time. After being competitive for a whole 25 minutes, Brad Scott's boys got to work, kicking a whopping 3-3, conceding 13-9, and racking up 1 less center clearance than Jason Horne-Francis. That's amazing considering Horne-Francis only had 60% time on ground. Well, then again, so did Essendon. Yep, after quarter time, Port stopped around and got back to basics with man-on-man defense to crush the Bombers by 69 points. The demolition was led by superstar midfielder Zach Butters. Jason Horne-Francis. Connor Rosie. Holy AFL. Is there anyone in that midfield that is not a killer? 93 touches between them. 41 contested. 22 score involvements. 1,700 meters gained. Are you listening, Adelaide? And with Soldo putting it down their throats, Charlie, Marshall, and Georgiades ready to swallow anything that comes their way, maybe Port are the real deal. Not sure how Ken Hinckley does it. Kicks back on the bench, skips the headset, and watches that scoreboard light up. They're averaging 110 points a game. They've got the Dockers up next in Adelaide and then the Pies at the G. Both games of the round for sure. And you know what? I think they're going to win them both. The West Australian and Sunday Times both spontaneously combusted after Harley Reid kicked his first AFL goal and fended off 7 tackles. How dare those Swans players put their hands on the Messiah? Joining them in the Church of Harley was Fox Footy's Ben Dixon, whose first question to Isaac Heaney after the game was, "So what did you think of Harley?" Yes, the need for Reid had his breakout game, racking up 18 touches, 7 tackles, and 1 proud tug at the Eagles emblem on his jumper to secure his job as WA Premier should he accept it. With all the talk about priority picks last week, the Eagles said, "No way, get half and came out firing to win their first quarter of the season and put up their best performance to date. I hear Simo is now asking for all home games to be moved to Mount Barker. He's also requesting a switch back to the retro jumpers and to go back to the old version of the Eagles song. We're the Eagles, Mount Barker Eagles. Look, forget priority picks. How about a fair fixture? Last year's Wooden Spooners have had to play 3 top 4 contenders, 1 top 8 contender, and have had just 1 game in Perth. Oh, that is a fair fixture for the Eagles in the AFL. Got it. Look, the Swans were anything but convincing and are the second team in a row to concede 50-plus inside 50s to the Eagles. They've got the Suns in Cindye next week, a team on the rise and who have beaten them there before. The Eagles? Well, they're in unfamiliar territory next week, playing in Perth against the Tigers. Then it's crosstown rivals Freo. Not sure if there's a win coming up anytime soon, but with Harley Reid the next Dacos, Brady Hoff quietly taking scalps, and Tim English about to... Honest, I haven't heard anything. It won't be long before Eagles winning quarters become Eagles winning games. And if you're enjoying the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and maybe even say good day in the comments. AFL fans celebrated the return from the dead of a much-loved friend on Saturday, the descent rule. That's right, just when you thought it was dead and buried, the boys in yellow shouted, "Surprise!" and brought the crowd favorite back to prime time to bring a thrilling end to a thrilling game. Wait, what's that? Fans weren't happy? Everyone's saying Freo got robbed? Ah, come on. Sure, the ball was touched. The umpires got it wrong. Carlton got 2 charity goals and won. So what? I agree with Gary Lyon, who said, when there's a tight game on offer, the Carlton boys just get the job done. Or Patty Cripps, who said Carlton have been simulating close finishes at training and told Abs, we just found a way to win. Are you going to argue with that? They just found a way to win. It doesn't matter that way had nothing to do with them. Having Blockbuster decided by umpire f***ups and hurt feelings is now part of the game. What do you think we're gonna do when it happens in a grand final? Jump up and down, scream and shout? No, we'll accept it with grace and professionalism and not question the umpires. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, there's one thing we can all agree on. The AFL knows best.